Huh? Okay. All right, Dennis. What do you try to do to get ready to play?
Well, during the weeks we always watch films during the week and try to get prepared for them that way, and by looking at our opponent, and during the game when Bellamy comes off the field, I try to talk to him and everything and kind of see what kind of blocking they're doing on us, or if they're coming off low and everything, just kind of how to get ready to make the attack on them and everything, and just base it around that from him. He helps me out a lot and everything like that.
That's what I want. Okay. Evan, when you come off the bench, are there some things you've already done to get yourself ready to play?
Yeah, mainly I've been watching the man playing in front of Frank, who plays in front of me, and try to watch whether he's doing a lot of cutting or a lot of reach blocking and stuff. Try to adjust a little bit my game plan compared to what he's doing, the offensive player is doing.
Do you feel you have a little advantage, maybe you're fresher and have a little more quickness than the guy in front of you? You try to use that?
Well, sure. Since I'm coming off the bench fresh, usually the same offensive tackle is going to be in there that was in there over Frank. And I kind of depend on Frank to wear him down a little bit so I can get to him.
Get him ready.
That's right.
Thank you. What are you getting ready to do? You're coming in at linebacker now, Chet. Remember which position you're playing in?
No, I'm defensive end now.
Well, that's right. You do drop off a lot, though.
Yeah.
Okay. Tell me what you do to get ready.
I try to stay, easy, and I try not to get all tight inside. And then me and Zach, we play, about the same, and I watch him and see, what techniques they use on him, on blocking him, and see what kind of blocks they're using. Then I try to, see his mistakes or see what he's doing right. Then I try to go out there and just, do the best I can, staying easy, staying relaxed and everything.
From the sidelines, can you get some idea of the tendency they have with the plays they're running? Do you watch their offensive formations to see what seems to be working for them?
Well, mostly you watch the films, the week before, but you watch, during the game whether they're passing a lot or, whether they're cutting you or stuff like that. Then you get a sort of idea, of how to play, during the day of the game.
Mm-hmm. All right, come on, y'all.
That's good.
Going? Okay, Mike, what do you do now to get ready to go into the game?
Well, I just walk up and down the sideline with Coach Harry with the chart, and it has all the plays. It charts all the plays, and at halftime when we go in, we see what's working good, and what formations are working good, and just what plays are averaging the best for us.
Do you try to make any judgments as you're charting the plays as to how the defenses are playing?
Yeah, I look at the defenses. Coach Sheely makes sure that all the quarterbacks are in the game fully, and that we're watching the defenses, see if we can find anything from the sideline that he can't see from up in the press box.
Have you made any suggestions?
Yeah, I've made a few to Coach Barfield.
You feel like that you may have a little advantage over the other quarterback, having been able to stand off, and quietly observe what's going on? Is there any advantage?
Well, no, I think, when you're out there, there's no advantage like being out there on the field and, getting the game experience. And, I think Charlie knows what's going on when he's out there.
How about Charlie?
Mike, what do you try to do coming off the bench? What do you try to do when the game is going on before you play?
Well, before the game, we study a lot of films on the centers and stuff, on offensive teams in general. And during the course of a game, I use the study the center to watch to see, how quick he is. Do we block high, block low? And then I ask Marshall, the starting nose guy, about him, how he block and all.
Will you try something maybe that Marshall hasn't tried when you go in the game to test him out?
Well, I just try to overpower him first.
You feel like you're fresher than he is, huh?
Yeah. Okay, I feel like he ought to be wore down or something, and then, it ought to be easier for me. Plus, I try to use quickness on him.
All right, yeah, that's what man. Not going back there. What's the difference in the offense Auburn runs and the one you were accustomed to in high school, Mike?
Well, in the high school, we ran the split veer instead of I. But we're running a lot of veer from the eye, reading, and that's what I'm really accustomed to in high school. My high school coach did a lot with me, reading the veer.
How do you feel has there been much of an adjustment to this change in the offense?
Yeah, well, the coaches here expect you to know a lot more about the defenses, and instead of running just a play because it's a play, they wanted you to run a play because it's a good play. You have,
Get you in the right play. Huh?
yeah, they want you to explain why your reasons were for running that play.
How about your progress so far? What are the areas you think you've made progress in, and the areas you think you're deficient in?
Well, since I came here, I can tell that I've become a lot more efficient in my passing game. When I first came here, I didn't know who the primary receivers were on certain routes and things, but now I've begun to pick out my receivers and read the defensive secondary to find out who's going to be the open receiver.
You building confidence now, getting
Yeah.
to play more?
I'm really building my confidence up now.
Would you feel like you're ready to play some early in the game now?
Yeah, I feel quite capable of being able to start or play whenever they feel me ready to go in.
Thank you, sir. Good luck to you, Mike. Bye.